Morning students, Standard 8 English Medium Biology, Chapter 1, Crop Protection and Management, in which we learn different things like what is crop, what is agriculture practices, the types of crop, pattern crops like Rabi crop, Kharif crop and their season, etc. Then the agricultural practices. We were busy with the different steps involved in the agricultural practices, in which there are different 7 stages like preparation of soil, sowing the seeds, adding the manure and the fertilizers, irrigation, protection of weeds from weeds, harvesting and storage. In the previous lectures, we already studied about 4 steps. Now, after that, last we learned about the watering the plants. It means that the process of giving water, which is known as the irrigation. So now the next step is to protect the crop with the weeds. What is the weeds? Weeds are the unwanted plants that grow along with the main crop in the field. Because we know that some seeds are drying up in the summer, but when they get water, they are getting sprouted, they are getting germinated, and when the crop is growing, they also grow. And that is unwanted. So we need to remove them from the soil time to time. And the removal of that weeds is called weeding. Weeding means to remove the weeds from the soil. Now, why should we remove them? Are they harmful? Yes. Actually, what happens when they also grow in the same soil from which our main crop is growing? So what happens? As being plants, the weeds also need the same thing to grow, like nutrients, water, sunlight, air, etc. So now, if they also grow with the crop, what happens? They compete with our main crop, and they also absorb nutrients and water, and therefore they will compete with our main crop. And what happens? Our main crop will get in less amount all the things like nutrients, water, air, space and light, sunlight. So it is very necessary that time to time we should remove that weeds from the soil. Otherwise our crop will not grow properly. The production will be very poor, and therefore it is very necessary that we should remove them from the soil. So now, sometimes other also harmful effects of it. That sometimes maybe they interfere during the harvesting and they are mixed up with the main crop. Then it can be harmful for the animals and human beings also, because some of them can be poisonous. So if we eat that, we can get sick or we can die also. Similarly, animals also, if they eat with that then they can also be in danger. Therefore, it is very, very necessary that we should remove them time to time. So now, how it is done? Weeds are removed either by hand, like we can take it out with the hand from the soil, or you can use some implements, tools like khurpi. With khurpi, we can dig it and take out from the soil with its roots, and then we can throw it away. So either if it is not so deep in the soil, you can just hold with your hand and then you can just take it out. Otherwise, you can use the khurpi. With the khurpi, you can dig that soil so the weeds can come out with the roots, and thus we can remove them. And the best time for weeding is before they produce flower and seeds, because in that time they are not so mature, so the roots are also not so deep, so we can easily remove them. So before on the weeds the flowers and the seeds are producing, we can remove them time to time. And in between also, when the crop is growing, if you see some weeds again, then you can remove them time to time, so that it will not affect the growth of our main crop. Otherwise, the quality of our crops will be poor, and so sometimes it can be very, very poor also. Now, the other way also to control these weeds, and that is the using of the chemicals. These chemicals are known as weedicides. Weedicides are sprayed along the crop, along the space between where the weeds are growing, and that chemicals are sprayed with the help of sprayer. But when the farmer is using that sprayer, he must be very, very careful, because when we spray that weedicide on the weeds in the farm, they are very, very light. So what we have to do first, we have to take that chemicals and dilute it with the water, because it is very, very strong. So we have to dilute it with the water and use the sprayer. Now we know that when we spray, the small droplets can be in the wind, and it can go in our air also with the inhaling. Therefore, the farmer, when using that sprayer, he must be very careful. He must protect the nose and mouth with the cloth, as shown in this figure. You can see that the farmer is spraying that, but he has covered, like we are using mask now. So they also must use mask so that he can protect themselves, because that chemicals, if inhaling, that can be irritating or it can be dangerous also. So mouth and nose must be covered with the mask during spraying of these chemicals. The chemicals name are like 2,4-D. These are the names of the weedicides. Weedicides are the, as I told you, that chemicals which can control the growth of that weeds. So you can use that also, but for that you have to be very, very careful. Otherwise it can be harmful for you also. Now we know that the final step, not actually final, but it is the time when your crop is ready. After the whole 4-5 months hard work, when your crop is getting ready, then it looks very nice. It is turning like golden yellow color, and then you know that your crop is mature. So when the crop is mature, we have to cut them. So that process is known as harvesting. So cutting of crops when they mature is called harvesting. So the farmers know that whenever the crop is ready to harvest, the harvesting is also very, very important, because if you harvest them before they get matured or after long time after that getting mature, it can be affecting the growth or affecting the actually quality. Therefore, it must not be harvested before time also. The farmers must know that when is the time, because they know that some of them is getting ready in 4 or 5 months, etc. And then, if they are experienced, they will know that it is the time for the cutting, means the harvesting. So now, harvesting crops is done manually also, by uprooting with the hands also. Or if the roots are so deep, then you can cut it from near the ground. Cut the crop near the ground using the sickle or etc. And then sickle is shown in this figure here. જેને આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં દાતરડું કહીએ છીએ, બધાએ જોયું જ હશે, બરાબર? So we have to use that sickle for cutting it by the ground. So now sometimes we have to use the machines also. That is known as harvester also. So now if you done it with the sickle by a machine or harvester also, then what happens, here we are only cutting the crops, but the grains are still in the shaft. So that shaft, from the shaft, we have to separate the grains. So for that, if it is in the small scale, they can use the winnowing machine also. Winnowing, we learn about it in the lower standard, that it is fall down, and that due to the wind, the small will be run away, and our heavy grain will be there on the ground. And sometimes we have to do the threshing. Threshing means, what is the meaning of threshing? So here we write down that the grains are separated from by winnowing. The whole process of separation of grain seeds from the chaff is called threshing. So the final, we separate that grains from the chaff. So that process, the whole process is known as the threshing. Then sometimes the threshers are also used, or there is a machine which is known as combine machine. Combine is actually a harvester and thresher. Means it doing the both things together, cutting the crops and separating the grains also with that. So 2-in-1 machine is known as combine machine also, which is also shown here in the figure. It is known as combine. Why combine? Because it is a combination of both the process together. Cutting means that harvesting, and after that we have to separate, means that what is that process is known as threshing. So it is a thresher and harvester together. So it is known as the combine machine. So we can use that combine machine also for that, so that our time and our power can be saved. Now after harvesting, sometimes what happens, the stuffs are left in the field and which is burned by the farmers. But that is not practical. The same that other things are burned. What happens? It makes the pollution. So rather the farmers can do what? We know that the animal products, animal waste and the plant waste can be used to make the manure. So they must make a pit and use that, all the remaining parts in the pit, so that it can be used to make the manure also. Now after the harvest, in some part of our country, actually in the different parts of the country, the people are very happy. Why? Because after the hard work, it is time to get the money. Because when your crop is ready, it is a best quality crop, and then by selling that they will get money, and therefore they are very happy. So in different parts of our country, they enjoy this as a festival, which are known as harvesting festivals. In our India, in different parts like the Pongal, Bihu, Baisakhi, Holi, Diwali, Nabanya, etc., they are known as the harvesting festival, because when the harvesting is done, the people are doing their traditional dances and so on to celebrate as a festival. So they are known as the harvesting festival. So these are some name of the things, the festivals. You have to remember that at Pongal, Baisakhi is I think in the Punjab. Holi, Diwali, we know that it in India, in our some country, some parts, Gujarat and that. Nabanya, Bihu, like it is Assam and those. So in different parts, the name of the different festivals are there. They are enjoying now. Now, after that last is the storage. Harvesting is done. Now storage. Why? We should store it. Because the crop, when it is ready, when we get it, then we have to store them for the whole year. Because next year again we will have that new crop, and therefore it is necessary to store them with a very comfortable place. Why? Because otherwise they can be damaged, they can be eaten by the rats or something, or by the bacteria, etc. Therefore we have to store them carefully. So now harvested stores are first dried in the sunlight. Why? Because sometimes when the crop is cutted, in that there is the part of moisture. And moisture can be very dangerous, because the bacteria and the fungus can grow very nicely, properly in that moisture. And therefore the crop must be dried, so that if there is some moisture, it can be vaporized into the air, so that it can be dried. The fungus and that bacteria cannot grow properly in the dry situations, and therefore it must be dried before we get them stored. And then they have to be kept long time. We must protect them with the rats and insects and other microorganisms. Now, if they are dried, then after drying, we must keep them as in the gunny bags, like jute bags, etc., and put them in the storage granaries. They are also known as the godowns. And then that godowns or that places must be properly ventilated and cemented, which are known as godowns. And large scale storage of grains is done in the silos. Silos are like that. I can show you in the pictures, the big things here. They are used to store this different types of grains, or it can be using the gunny bags or the jute bags and put them one over the other. But before we store them in these granaries or the silos or the godowns, we have to use some chemicals so that it can be sanitized with the help of the different chemicals, so that the microorganisms cannot destroy our grains. And also we have to protect them with the rats and other also. So now we have to use the pesticides actually to protect them, because the pests can damage our storage, the grains. So now this is the whole steps of the crop management. If you take care in all and every stages, then it will be very nice crop that you will get, and the quality of the crop will be also very nice. So now, after completing that thing, there is another thing is associated with crop management, and that is the animal husbandry. Because we need milk also. So we know that the plants, animals also provide us with the different kinds of food. Like milk we got from the cow, buffalo, sea goat, sea camel, etc., etc., etc. So now many people living in the coastal areas consume the fish also as a major part of the diet. So we have to learn about that. We not only getting the food from the plants but from the animals also. And therefore there is another animals, another actually occupation is connected with that, is known as the animal husbandry. Because animals are reared at home or in farms, and we have to give them proper food, proper shelter, and we have to take proper care. Then when this thing is done on a big scale, it is known as animal husbandry, because it is a connected occupation with the farming. Because in the farming also sometimes we use some cattle, so we have to rear them properly, we have to give them balanced diet, especially when the cows and the buffaloes are reared for the milk. They also have to give some special diet, special protection, and their health also can be maintained. So this can be done on the large scale, then it is known as animal husbandry. Fish are also very, very healthy. We get vitamin D from the fish, which is in the cod liver oil also. So thus, here we are going to end our chapter number 1. It will be followed by the PDF file and some homework related also. So write down them in your notebooks, and if any problem, confusion, please write it down in the comment section. Thank you very much.